Many older adults believe that eating sardines, eggs, or taking daily walks will keep their muscles strong. Yet the truth is far more complicated. After 60, your body doesn't respond to food as it did in your 30s. What once built strength may no longer be enough. Scientists from the National Institute on Aging confirm that muscle loss, or sarcopenia, is driven less by activity and more by nutrition. In fact, about 80% of muscle preservation comes from what you eat, and only 20% from exercise. That means if your meals are missing key proteins, no amount of walking or light exercise will fully protect your strength. Here's the catch. One can of sardines contains only around 18 grams of protein, and 10 eggs add up to 50 to 60 grams. Yet adults over 60 need at least 100 grams daily to support muscle repair and growth. That's why so many seniors eat healthy foods but still feel weaker yearly. The good news? Certain overlooked foods can provide more protein, better absorption, and nutrients your muscles crave. And in this guide, I'll reveal the 4 most powerful ones. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do it now. Let's get started. When most people think of protein, mushrooms rarely come to mind. Yet these humble foods are quietly one of nature's most effective allies in the fight against muscle loss after 60. While a can of sardines provides about 18 grams of protein, a cup of cooked mushrooms delivers up to 15 grams, far more than protein alone. What makes mushrooms unique is their package of supporting nutrients. They are rich in potassium, which helps prevent painful night cramps and promotes smooth muscle contraction. They provide selenium, a mineral that protects muscle tissue from oxidative stress, the damage that accelerates weakness as we age, and their B vitamins, especially B6 and folate, play a critical role in protein metabolism, ensuring that the protein you eat is used to repair muscle fibers. Research backs this up. A 2022 study in the Journal of Nutrition in Gerontology followed older adults who consumed mushroom extracts during resistance training. The group that ate mushrooms gained 18% more muscle mass and recovered 23% faster than those who skipped them. This is more than coincidence. Scientists now believe compounds like beta-glucans and unique amino acid profiles in mushrooms enhance protein synthesis at a cellular level. Beyond science, traditional wisdom agrees. In Japan, mushrooms have long been prized for endurance and recovery. Samurai warriors ate shiitake and maitake mushrooms for strength before battle. That cultural knowledge now aligns with modern findings. Mushrooms don't just feed you, they activate your recovery systems. Practical use is simple. If you're short on time, canned mushrooms work just as well as fresh, retaining their nutrients and offering a long shelf life. For breakfast, you might sauté a cup of mushrooms with spinach, add a couple of scrambled eggs, and finish with a spoonful of cottage cheese. This creates a balanced meal with complete proteins, potassium, and antioxidants, a perfect start for muscle repair. Layer mushrooms with chicken breast, chickpeas, and Greek yogurt at lunch for a protein-packed salad that supports recovery. Combine shiitake mushrooms with lean beef, broccoli, and brown rice for dinner. This blend provides amino acids, fiber, and minerals that help your muscles repair overnight while you sleep. The bottom line is this: mushrooms are more than a side dish. They are an overlooked powerhouse that can distinguish between gradual decline and noticeable strength gains. They set the foundation, but pairing them with other protein-rich foods multiplies their impact. If mushrooms are the foundation, canned tuna is your muscle-building toolbox's heavy lifter. Just one 3.5-ounce serving of tuna delivers an impressive 25 to 30 grams of complete protein, nearly 40% more than sardines. For seniors trying to reach that 100-gram daily goal, tuna makes the process far easier and more efficient. But the real advantage isn't only the amount of protein, it's the quality. Tuna contains all 9 essential amino acids in a profile your muscles can absorb quickly. This is critical because aging muscles often develop anabolic resistance. Your protein doesn't switch on muscle repair as effectively as once. Tuna helps overcome this problem. Nutritionally, tuna is also rich in vitamin B12, which supports nerve function and coordination, and selenium, a potent antioxidant that reduces inflammation in muscle tissue. A study published by the Journal of the American Geriatric Society showed that seniors who consumed high-protein fish thrice weekly gained over 3 pounds of lean muscle mass in just 8 months, a meaningful difference for maintaining independence. There's also a fascinating history. For more than 3,000 years, Mediterranean cultures relied on preserved tuna to fuel fishermen, soldiers, and elders alike. They may not have known the biochemical details, but they understood tuna sustained energy and strength through long, physically demanding lives. Science has caught up with its wisdom. So, how can you use tuna in your own meals? It's one of the most versatile proteins available. Mix flaked tuna with scrambled eggs, mushrooms, and spinach for breakfast, a quick meal that blends animal and plant nutrients. For lunch, toss tuna with white beans, olive oil, and diced vegetables to create a Mediterranean-inspired salad that's protein-rich and heart-healthy. And for dinner, bake tuna with roasted peppers, zucchini, and a side of quinoa to balance protein with slow-burning carbs. These meals don't just taste good, they're science-backed strategies to fight sarcopenia. Every forkful is an opportunity to rebuild muscle fibers and regain strength you thought was slipping away. Still, tuna works best when paired with other nutrient-rich foods like mushrooms or beans. Think of it as a power amplifier. On its own, tuna is strong. Combined with the right partners, it becomes a true muscle-preserving powerhouse. It may be time to upgrade if you've been eating sardines or eggs daily but haven't noticed results. With tuna in your weekly rotation, you're giving your body one of the most effective tools to stay strong, mobile, and independent well into your 70s and beyond. For decades, health trends have pushed seniors toward powders and supplements, but one of the most reliable strength builders has been sitting on grocery shelves all along: canned beef. This humble, ready-to-eat food is a protein powerhouse rivaling even the most expensive shakes. A standard 3-ounce canned beef contains 25 to 28 grams of complete, high-quality protein, nearly double what you'd get from sardines. More importantly, it delivers all 9 essential amino acids in the exact balance your muscles require for repair and growth. For older adults battling sarcopenia, that balance is the difference between merely eating protein and actually using it. What sets canned beef apart is its additional muscle-friendly compounds. It's naturally rich in creatine, which fuels short bursts of muscle contraction. It contains heme iron, which your body absorbs most efficiently, boosting oxygen delivery to working muscles. And it's loaded with zinc and vitamin B12, both essential for nerve function, protein synthesis, and coordination. The Mayo Clinic has repeatedly emphasized how B12 deficiency in seniors can lead to muscle weakness, making beef an easy way to cover that gap. Scientific evidence supports this. A 2021 study in clinical nutrition tracked seniors who included lean beef, including canned forms, in their weekly diet. Over 16 weeks, participants showed a 22% greater increase in lean muscle mass and a 28% improvement in grip strength compared to those relying solely on plant protein. That's not a slight boost. The difference between struggling to open a jar and doing it easily. History also tells the story. In the 1800s, cowboys, miners, and railroad workers carried canned beef on long journeys. They learned from experience what science later confirmed. Beef provided sustained energy and preserved strength when days were grueling and food options were limited. For today's seniors, canned beef is both practical and versatile. It's fully cooked, easy to store, and can be rinsed to reduce sodium. For breakfast, sauté potatoes until golden, add canned beef with peppers and onions, and top with scrambled eggs, delivering over 35 grams of complete protein. Mix it into a bean and rice bowl at lunch for a balanced, fiber-rich meal. And for dinner, simmer canned beef with mushrooms, carrots, and broth for a hearty stew that supports overnight muscle repair. The key is moderation and balance. Choose low-sodium versions when possible, and pair beef with vegetables and whole grains to maximize nutrient absorption. Done right, canned meat doesn't just provide protein, it acts as a strength catalyst, powering your muscles with the compounds they need to thrive. If canned beef is the strength catalyst, then beans are the steady engine that keeps your muscles fueled day after day. They may not look impressive, but beans are among the most affordable, versatile, and science-backed foods for maintaining muscle after 60. A single cup of canned black beans delivers about 15 grams of protein. Kidney beans provide around 13 grams. That might sound modest compared to beef or tuna, but here's the secret. When beans are combined with other foods, like rice, eggs, or fish, they form a complete amino acid profile, giving your muscles everything they need for repair and growth. The World Health Organization has even highlighted legumes as a cornerstone of healthy aging diets, noting their role in lowering frailty risk. Beyond protein, beans are loaded with magnesium, a mineral that supports muscle contraction and prevents painful cramps. They provide folate, which helps metabolize protein and prevent age-related weakness. They're also rich in lysine, an amino acid often missing in plant-based diets but critical for muscle synthesis and bone health. And their potassium content helps keep your nerves firing properly during daily activity. The evidence is clear. In a 2020 study from the Journal of Gerontology, seniors who ate beans daily for 20 weeks showed 16% better muscle endurance and 19% faster recovery than those who followed standard diets. Researchers concluded that beans significantly reduce the risk of sarcopenia when paired with physical activity. History, too, offers a clue. Ancient civilizations from Central America to the Mediterranean relied on beans as daily fuel. Aztec warriors carried them into battle, while European farmers mixed them with grains for long-lasting strength. They weren't just cheap calories. They were the backbone of stamina and resilience. In modern kitchens, beans are convenient. They're pre-cooked in the can, needing only a rinse to reduce sodium. For breakfast, sauté beans with mushrooms and scrambled eggs, topped with herbs and cheese, a simple meal that blends plant and animal proteins. Toss beans with tuna, vegetables, olive oil, and lemon for a refreshing salad packed with protein and minerals at lunch. And for dinner, simmer beans with canned beef, tomatoes, and spices into a hearty stew that keeps your muscles repairing overnight. For vegetarians or anyone on a budget, beans offer a democratic solution, high-quality protein that doesn't break the bank. They may not carry the glamour of supplements or the intensity of meat, but they deliver steady, reliable fuel that your muscles will thank you for. Beans are proof that sometimes the simplest foods are the strongest allies in aging well. Up to this point, we've focused on foods that fuel strength. But just as important is avoiding the hidden enemies that quietly sabotage your progress. And the most dangerous one of all is sitting in almost every pantry: instant noodles. At first glance, they seem harmless, quick, filling, and even comforting. But for older adults, instant noodles don't just lack nutrition, they actively block muscle growth and accelerate weakness. Here's why. Instant noodles are made with refined white flour and flash-fried in cheap oils. Their glycemic index often hits 60 or higher, spiking blood sugar nearly as fast as white bread. When eaten alongside protein-rich foods like tuna or beef, This sugar surge creates what scientists call a metabolic traffic jam. Instead of moving amino acids into your muscles for repair, your body diverts energy to fighting the blood sugar spike. A 2021 National Institutes of Health study found that older adults who paired high-protein meals with processed carbs like instant noodles experienced 35% less muscle protein synthesis than those who ate whole grains. In plain English, the protein you thought was helping your muscles went to waste. But it doesn't stop there. Instant noodles are packed with sodium and preservatives. A serving can contain up to 1,800 milliliters of sodium, nearly your daily limit. Combined with the salt in canned foods, this overload disrupts your electrolyte balance, causing fatigue, cramping, and poor recovery. Worse still, the preservatives and fried oils generate compounds called advanced glycation end products, AGEs. These toxins settle directly in muscle tissue, accelerating breakdown and joint inflammation. Let me share a story. Clara, a 74-year-old retired librarian, prided herself on cooking healthy meals. Every week, she'd open a can of tuna, add mushrooms and beans, and mix it all with instant noodles for convenience. She thought she was making a wise, balanced choice, yet after months of this routine, her legs grew weaker, and climbing stairs became a challenge. When she visited her doctor, her muscle mass had dropped significantly despite her high protein intake. The turning point came when she swapped the noodles for quinoa and brown rice. Within 2 months, Clara regained over 2 pounds of lean muscle, her energy improved, and the cramps that kept her up at night nearly disappeared. It wasn't about eating more protein but removing the hidden saboteur blocking her progress. So what can you do instead? Choose whole grains like quinoa, brown rice, oats, or whole wheat pasta. These foods release energy slowly, keeping blood sugar stable and allowing protein to do its job. Think of it as opening the gate for amino acids to flow directly into your muscles, rather than slamming it shut. Remember this: every time you pair protein with instant noodles, you're undoing hours of effort. But every time you replace them with real, whole foods, you allow your muscles to grow stronger, steadier, and more resilient. Avoiding this one convenience food could be the single most powerful step you take to protect your independence. We've covered a lot, from mushrooms that boost recovery, tuna that delivers concentrated protein, canned beef acting as a strength catalyst, and beans providing steady, affordable fuel. These 4 foods form a robust foundation to fight sarcopenia and keep your muscles strong well into your 60s, 70s, and beyond. But just as important as what you add is what you remove. Instant noodles and other ultra-processed quick fixes may seem harmless. Still, they quietly block protein absorption, weaken your muscles, and accelerate the decline you're working so hard to avoid. Replacing them with whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, or oats is one of the simplest but most effective shifts you can make today. Here's the good news: your muscles respond at any age. Studies from Harvard and the NIH have shown that even in adults over 80, proper nutrition can restart muscle growth within weeks. Every balanced meal is a chance to rebuild strength, improve balance, and protect independence. So here's my question: which of these 4 foods are already in your weekly routine? And are you ready to swap out the hidden enemies like instant noodles for choices that truly support your body? Share your experience in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more science-backed strategies from me. Together, we'll uncover simple, practical ways to keep your body strong, energy steady, and confidence high. Remember, every bite is a step toward the future you want. Choose wisely, and your muscles will thank you.